friends, and welcome to the very first episode of the Shoutin' Shannon Show. We're so glad you could join us, so let's get right to it. I wanted to start off the show with a very simple teaching tip that has helped me a whole lot throughout the years. Here's a couple little tricks that can help you maintain attention and discipline in your class. I think we often spend way too much time telling kids to be quiet. Look at me, right here, right here, right here. Look, eyes right here, right here. Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, hands to yourself. But if a child is fidgeting or bothering their neighbor, instead of stopping the class to discipline that child, try this. Just simply walk over to that child while you're still teaching and say something like, "Ain't that right, buddy?" You will regain the child's attention and you haven't stopped the class and distracted everyone else. Now, don't mistake fidgeting or looking around for not paying attention. Some children just may need to do that, but you have to test them on it. So when the lesson is over, make sure you ask that particular child some questions to make sure they were in fact paying attention and listening to the lesson. Another problem we often have is when children are distracting their neighbors. Now, that's something we absolutely have to take care of right away. But again, instead of stopping class to tell that child, hands to yourself, while you're still teaching, without stopping, walk over to that child and simply take their hand gently, place it back in their lap, and continue teaching the lesson as normal. Very often, children who are bothering their neighbors aren't trying to bother their neighbors, but they're simply trying to gain the attention of the teacher or the class. So instead of telling that child to stop and giving them the attention that they may have been looking for, use this simple little trick, which in the long run will do a whole lot more good. Now, if they continue to cause a disruption, here is my own personal little rule of thumb. The first time that they're not paying attention or bothering their neighbors, use this tip that I showed you. The second time they do it, make eye contact just to let them know. And if they do it a third time, it's time to go to the timeout chair. And I don't know what it is about timeout that makes kids lose their mind. Not the timeout chair! All they're doing is changing seats. Little tricks like these can go a long way in keeping all of the children's attention. I hope these little tips are as handy for you as they have been for me. Thank you for joining us here on the very first episode of the Shoutin' Shannon Show. Now, don't miss out. We've got a whole lot coming up. We've got live interviews with other children's ministers. We've got episodes that are just for the kids. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Lord bless.